All right, welcome in, boys. Take it to the bank. Fresh off the week off for the
Fresh off
Bristol.
of a new look.
Yeah,
Forget
shit.
that. Let's get straight into it, man.
Do we have to get straight in? I shaved. You know what I mean? I
It's
shaved.
the first time I've ever seen you with
Is it
no hair on
really?
the face.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
it's been that long, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Coop said I look skinnier. He said I look 10 years younger. Coop's my guy. This is what I want
yeah.
to hear.
I almost shut down the stream, man. I didn't think you was the right person. I thought somebody hacked me or something, man. When
Gav
you
said,
popped
I'm
up.
not going to lie. When you shave, you could tell the weight you've lost. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah,
I'm putting in the work. I'm trying.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry, you can get going back now. I didn't mean to
Okay.
interrupt you.
We had the week off last week. First of all, before we get there, let's talk about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Coop and I, that was Richmond, right?
Yeah.
We rolled into Richmond 7 for 7.
Tyler Reddick.
Cashed in every cup race we had. And just as Marty's going by to take the lead, Tyler Reddick, who could not keep his car on the track in that race, fucked us. He destroyed us. And Coop and I took it on the chin hard. But it is what it is. I guess we're not going to win every single cup race. But it was a nice little streak we were on. I said, as soon as I saw it was the Bristol dirt race, I said, there is no way after that much money that I lost, I'm not going to try to get right on fucking dirt. So I was like, I'll take the week off. We'll come back strong at Martinsville. I'll be honest, Coop, I did not watch any NASCAR last weekend. So, like, first of all, how did you do? Second of all, what were your thoughts on the dirt race?
I bet Kyle Busch and lost. That was it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
What about the trucks? Did you make any money in the trucks?
I bet Kyle Busch last week and I lost. That was it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What did you think about the race? Better dirt race than the years prior?
Yeah, I think it was better than the prior 2 years, but there was, like a 20 lap segment where, the top four cars were really getting at it with each other, going back and forth and, things of that nature. But I don't want to see it ever again.
You say that to me every year, bro.
you know,
Every year. You say, I don't want to see it again.
yeah.
And they don't care about your feelings.
And you just can't pass the leader. I mean, Joey Logano took the lead on lap 2 or 3 of that truck race, and that was it. And same way, basically for the Cup race, if you were the leader, you weren't going to get passed, except for that 20 to 30 lap segment I talked about a couple minutes ago. And even there, it was just like slide jobs, that were doing the passing. So, the car is not meant to race on dirt. There's people, take it to a real dirt track, whatever. That's not going to work. First off, those dirt tracks are so darn small. It would cost millions upon millions of dollars to get those tracks up to par to be able to handle a NASCAR race. And the money is just not worth it. So, and then they're just too heavy. They're not meant there was a ringer who was driving a call car last week. And I mean, he's like, yeah, it's not really dirt, but it was all right. He said it was fun, whatever. But he's like, this isn't dirt racing.
Yeah. All right.
Those cars aren't meant to be on it.
So quickly, Coop and I had planned to start this show after the truck race was over. Unfortunately, weather got involved, and we were not able to do that. They're just about to drop the flag. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and let you guys know where I'm at. This is what I'm on for the race. I took a shot on Smith and Ben Rhodes at 7 and 12 to 1. I took them both to hit the top 3, and I took Rhodes to hit the top 5. And Coop took Ben Rhodes to hit the top 5 and parlayed that with Cole Custer to hit the top 5 with a bunch of outrights that he likes on Sunday. We'll get into that, obviously. We like the same guys. But if you want a little sweat, that's what we're on while we're doing the show tonight. All right, back to it. All right, Coop. Another short track, Martinsville. New package, same tire, right?
Correct.
Overall thoughts on the track. What do you think about Martinsville in general? Historically, tire wear is what?
No, I mean, I guess it's been different throughout the career in NASCAR, but here recently, tire wear really hasn't meant much here at Martinsville. And in order for this race to be, competitive and good and see passing, there needs to be some tire wear. Because if there's not tire wear, the cars are just going to run the same amount of laps, speed wise, on lap, 10 as they are on lap 100. And, it's going to make it tough to pass. But whether there's tire wear or not, track position is extremely important at this track. And, it can be a good race. We've had a lot of good races here. It's just here recently with, it didn't work last year in the spring. It was cool, damp, didn't work. The fall race was much better. I like what we've seen so far in this package at Phoenix and Richmond as far as it being able to wear the tires. So, that's a positive. But, the trucks are going a lot slower here than what they are at those other two tracks. So it might not take, or it might take a lot longer for it to happen. So we'll wait and see. But, I got some positive. I hope it's a good race.
How many, what's the fuel window here?
I know here on the trucks they're running, I'm sure you can go 150 somewhere in that ballpark, if not more. But, I don't think it's like 170 or anything like that. Maybe 150. So
you think that you'll be able to get through the third stage on one without having to pit if you pit at the end of stage 2?
No, in a truck race, yeah, but not in this cup race. The third stage is 200 laps in the cup race.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so before we get into the odds, let's talk about the pricing in NASCAR right now in general, because I know you have a ton of thoughts on it. Market value in any sport flows from year to year, right? Some years it's great, some years it's not so great. And while the favorite in this race is not substantially far off what the favorite was in this race last year, the problem now that we're seeing for the first time, because this has never happened, at least since I've been betting on this sport, they now take every legitimate contender in the race and price them out all at the same odds. Like there are some books that have 6 guys at 7 to 1. That is new. That is something that I've never seen. And I've been doing it a long time. So I know you're frustrated, man. It sucks. And you have to get creative right now, or you have to get uncomfortable with not taking some drivers that have a real legitimate chance to win the race.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that with it being to me, it's just like make a decision. Like, you can't have 4 or 5 or 6 drivers all at the same odds to win the race. Like, you can have one of them. And like, the sites that had those, they had qualifying odds.
Yeah.
And, those odds weren't all the same. So like, if you can price drivers differently for qualifying, you should be able to do it for the win also. So, it is what it is. We'll move on and go from there.
All right, let's run it down. I'm going to use Caesars right now. They have 3 guys at 6.5 to 1. Oh, wait, before we go, big news. Chase Elliott is back. Probably the second best driver, I guess, maybe on this track. One of the best. I'll always keep Denny Hamlin above everybody when it comes to this track. But, I mean, Chase Elliott is very, very, very good here. He was out 6 weeks. Early in the week, we thought it would be Josh Berry. That is not the case. He feels good. He tested in the sim for a while. Thinks he'll be able to handle it. I can't possibly see. First of all, he's the most popular driver in the sport. It's not even close. He is this generation's Dale Jr., and there's no way that they would let this kid get in a car if he wasn't ready. So are you treating him like you would normally treat him? Because if he's good to go, he's good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think he knows what he's doing, and a lot of people will say, well, I broke this part of my body or this part of that body or whatever, and it took X, Y, Z time to heal, or I was in a lot of pain and I can't believe he's doing this or that. Like, people got to remember, man, this guy's getting the best treatment out there.
Yep.
He's young too. So, sure, I'm sure he's going to have some discomfort and things of that nature. But I also think that, he's going to be, fine. I don't think he would be putting himself in a bad situation.
Our cars are going the wrong way right now. It's not what you like to see.
Yeah.
Fucking Kyle Busch, man. All right, so the top 3 choices at Caesars: Elliott, Byron, and Chris Bell, all 6.5 to 1. I think that they are the top 3 options to win this race, along with Denny Hamlin. So to me, it makes sense that those 4 guys would be your first 4 favorites, and me and you like all 4 of them.
I'm going to take a shot on Corey Heim at 7.5 to 1.
Where did he start?
5th, maybe 6th. I don't know. He was up there, but he seems to be like the only truck that's competitive right now with Kyle Busch.
I'll throw it at the bottom for the people watching,
because everybody else is going the wrong way,
like drastically.
Right. Okay.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm just putting it at the bottom. Plus 750. All right, we got that down at the bottom. So, yeah, the top 4 options: Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Will Byron, and Chris Bell. I mean, I honestly think that the 4 of them basically have about an equal chance to win the race. I think all 4 will be very strong. They would be my top 4. Would they be your top 4?
They'd be my top 4, but I wouldn't put them equal. I'd put them at a different price.
I think that, I mean, who would you have the favorite? Denny, Bell?
Chris Bell. and Denny, and then Byron.
Yeah, that's where I would be too. And then Elliott. But unfortunately, they're all basically within 50 cents of each other. Three of them are at plus 50. Denny Hamlin is 7-1. I like all those. I like those four drivers. Coop likes those four drivers. We plan on being on those drivers, but you're going to have to get creative unless you're going to take one or two shots to ensure that you're making a nice nut. And then right after them, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. are 7-1. We already spoke on Denny. Kyle Larson has been very good this year, although his results maybe haven't exactly borne that out the way that it should. He's been very good along with Will Byron. I expect him to be a contender, but I do put him before the top four like you do. And then Marty. I mean, Marty was really, really, really good. And what race was that, Coop?
Oh, the Clash.
No. When Hamlin and Bell and Denny Richmond, right? Thank you. Marty was just about as good as Denny and Bell was at Richmond. I mean, you can't count him out here, but 7-1 is a little fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on Larson and Truex?
Yeah, Larson. I mean, this isn't traditionally one of his better tracks, but he has continued to get better and better at it year after year. And based upon what we saw, in this package, he's going to be tough, man. HMS is putting out some, great cars. And I think he's going to be, around to battle at some point of that race, if not most of that race. So definitely. And then, Marty, I don't know with Marty. I mean, this is one of the few races I still have interest in him, but he's just so inconsistent right now. He's up and down.
And if we're being honest, if you look at his last year and the first 8 races of this year, the dude should not be 7-1. He just should.
No.
But you spoke about Kyle Larson getting better at Martinsville, and it's worth noting that in that second Martinsville race last year, the fastest car late in the run was Chris Bell. Second, right behind him, Kyle Larson.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I have interest in Kyle Larson. I have some interest in Marty, but I think you're going to have to get creative unless you're taking two guys. And then after them is where the odds finally start to move slightly. You have Ryan Blaney at 11-1, Joey Logano at 12-1. In the Discord, I wrote like 7 guys I was interested in this race. Blaney was one of them. But like I said to you when in our conversation this week, like I can't take the guy seriously. It's really hard to take him seriously and put money on him to win the race because he hasn't won a race since I've been in high school. That's what it feels like. Yeah, he's got a lot of seconds. He's got some thirds, but that doesn't pay in the outright market. So am I interested in him? Yeah. Who was the third best driver here late in the run in Martinsville last year? Blaney, obviously. He ran very well in that race. Joey Logano, I guess you could never count Joey out. He's a serious contender basically no matter where he goes. I would not bet them at 11 and 12-1 by themselves. But if you can get a little creative, I think that, they're worth putting in there. I favor Blaney slightly more. But again, man, it's really hard to put your hard-earned money on him on this cold streak. Yeah, he can't get in victory lane. What's your thoughts on Penske this week?
I mean, it's pretty much the same as what you are, except I have a little bit more confidence in Blaney, maybe than what you do. I'm not going to bet him, straight up at his number. But I don't know. I mean, it can't continue on. It's got to stop at some point. The team's too talented. He's too good.
I know.
And this is one of his, better tracks here most recently.
Yeah, he's been a top 3 to 5 guy here the last couple of years, no doubt.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not writing him off by any means. I think I have more confidence in him than Joey Logano. At the Phoenix race, Blaney got behind, but it seemed like at the end he was coming on and he had started to figure out, the tire wear, the package, so on and so forth, where Logano just stayed in the back. Richmond I'm kind of throwing out because he's never really been very good at Richmond. So
I'm with you. I agree with you. I favor Blaney more than Joey, even though Joey has a much better record of like getting to the winner's circle. But I'm with you. I think Blaney would be in that group of top 7. I will have coverage on him. But again, you'll have to get creative. I'm not betting. I don't think that there is one number this week that you can justify betting by itself in the outright market. Not when you consider how many drivers are going to be competitive here. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, the only driver that I feel comfortable betting,
Denny.
It's Denny. And that's because I know at the end he's going to be there.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. But like, you know what? If he was 7-1 and you bet him, I'm fine with that. But like, there are 6 other guys that could be right there. At that point, it's really hard to take somebody at 7-1.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. After that, and I spoke to you about these 2 guys early in the week. I have absolutely no idea what Kyle Busch is going to do in this race. He's 14-1. I don't know. Ross Chastain 17-1. I think Ross has top 5 upside here. I would say that would be my limit for him to crack the top 5 if it all runs well for him. But what's your thoughts on Kyle and Ross?
Yeah, I don't know if like Kyle's just trying to try new stuff since he had his win, or if everything just happened to line for him that particular week, and he's not as good as what maybe we thought he would be. So, but he's struggling, no doubt about it. It's a solid track for him, but it's not an elite track for him. And then, I agree with you on Ross Chastain. I think he has top 5 upside. I think, he has long shot. Possibly he could win if everything falls right for him. But, it's a track that he's getting better at too, like I mentioned Morrison.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you exactly. After that, you got Kez and Bowman at 22-1. Now, last year, the RFK quarterback was Chris Buescher. This year, it's been the other way around. It has been Kez. He's been better than Chris. And you can always count on him to take 2 tires or a late pit stop or stays out late. The strategy piece with him is always in play. Do I think he's going to win the race? I don't, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's going to be a winning driver, but it wouldn't shock me if he ran well. Alex Bowman does have a win on this track, but aside from that win, if you look at the snapshot, it's not great at Martinsville, but it's worth noting that he should have had another really, really good finish in the last couple of years. He had an unscheduled pit stop. He was second when that happened. And I think he ended up finishing like 32nd or 33rd because of the issue. But he has been running here well lately, Coop. And he has been the one Hendrick car that nobody has really talked about this year. But man, his finishes are solid. He's been running well. I think if it all went right for him, he could be there at the end. What do you think about Kez? What do you think about Bowman at 22-1?
Yeah, I just think the numbers are a little short on him.
On
You
both?
know, on both. Uh, I think they should be closer to 30. You know, Kez has done well in this package, but I'm concerned of like how much of the tire wear has been helping him in that aspect because he's very good at managing his tires.
Right.
And my concern is just the flat out speed. So he has a great history here at Martinsville. It can come down to strategy, which, Brad Kozlowski likes to play strategy. So you can't, discount him by any means. I just can't bet him at that number without, something else. I do like him better than Alex Bowman. I could see Alex Bowman finishing fifth, sixth, seventh, having a good day, solid day. Again, I think everything would have to play out right for him, to win. And, at 22, I just can't do it. Other than that one win he's had here, I think that's his only top 10 here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. After him, Kevin Harvick, 25-1. Listen, if you're gonna back Happy at a short track, this is not the track. This is not the one.
Oh. It's not.
Yeah, I know you're with me there. Reddick 30-1. Another driver that I'm not really sure what to expect from him this week. He was dreadful at Richmond.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Expect what we saw at Richmond. He just hasn't figured this short, flat tracks out.
So, in other words, he's going to cost us a late caution when we're about to win.
Hope not.
What do you think about your boy Chase Briscoe at 45-1?
I mean, he's driving with some injury with his hand. He's probably been the biggest disappointment for me all year. He finished out last year phenomenal and had a lot of momentum coming into this year and hasn't been able to capitalize on any of it. So, I watch him, see what happens, bet him live.
After that, you got like 4 or 5 guys at 50-1. I don't know. How is Ryan Preece on short flat tracks?
He's very good, man. But, the thing with Preece is he's a year behind all these guys.
Yeah.
He's a rookie in this car.
Yeah.
All these other drivers have a year experience on him. So he's battling that. And, the bottom line is long shots don't win at Martinsville.
Yeah. Final driver I want to talk about, Bubba, 50-1. Now, if I would have said this 2 years ago, I would have punched myself in my own face. But you have to admit that he has been surprising on these short tracks. He has not been that bad. I think that if it all went well for him, I think he's got top 5 upside. What do you think? Coop, listen. Take a look at what he's done the last couple of years here. He has not been that bad. 9th total speed rank, 9th in restart speed, 8th in green flag speed, 7th in fastest late in a run, and average finish of 8th. That is not bad. That is way better than you and I would have ever thought. This fucking guy.
I mean, top 5 upside?
If it all broke right, yeah. A little chaos, yeah. I mean, I bet him to hit the top 10. I think he's going to be a top 10 car.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's like I told you, man. He's basically battling for 3 spots in the
Yeah,
top
but,
10.
but that's if everything goes right, and that never happens in this sport. It
But he needs
it
everything to go
never all
right
goes
too.
right.
Look, I'm not. Look, he's a lot better than what he was. I agree with you on that. I agree with you about 2 years ago, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. I just can't pull a top 10 on him.
You're going to be so upset when I
Oh,
cash that ticket.
nah. We might talk about Bubba later.
Plus 320 is not bad to hit the top.
Oh no, I told you I wanted 250. You got the number. I don't know. I just if it was a different race, but like I said, man, like the cream rises to the top here. And that's what makes it so hard for him to get into the top 10. Like if he was like 5 or 6 spots he was possibly fighting for, I think, that would be good, but it's really 3.
Yeah, it could be 3. It could be 3. Could be 5, but it could be 3. All right, so I mean, after that, nobody else is worth talking about in the outright market at all.
No.
All right, so looking at where are the top 3s and top 5s? Did they take them down at Caesars?
Yeah, they haven't had him up for a couple days actually since Chase Elliott got entered. They took him down.
All right, so I'll use Bet365. Anybody interest you in the top 3 market?
No. And I say that because I think there's like 7 or 8 drivers
I know.
who could finish in the top 3.
100%. What about the top 5 market?
Kind of the same way. If I were to go that way, it would be Denny Hamlin probably. I think 130, but I don't know if I want to bet it at 130. So
you don't think Ryan Blaney at plus 175 is worth taking a stab to hit the top 5?
Maybe if it was 200, I don't know. 175 seems a little. I don't know. He's done it 4 out of the last 6 trips here. But again, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but it doesn't intrigue me on the onset.
What about the top 10 market?
No, I'm staying away from the top 10 market solely because of what I just told you. I mean, I think there's some drivers out there who you could take some shots on and try, but Corey Heim got in front of Kyle Busch.
I guess so.
Wow.
I think they just restarted.
Yeah. It's just so tight, and I think you're just battling for a couple spots. And, like I don't mind the price, like you said, on Bubba. Priest would be another one. Gibbs would be another one. But I just, if it was like 5 or 6 spots I thought were open, I would, go for some of it. But I really only think it's 3 spots.
After that, taking a look at the matchups, were there any matchups that interested you?
Yes, there was one matchup that interested me.
What site?
Caesars.
I'm listening.
I'll see if you can figure it out.
All right, first I gotta find the matchups. I don't have that either, Coop.
It's kind of hard to find. Like, don't hit future bets, hit schedule, and they show up.
Oh yeah. All right.
They don't make it easy for whatever reason.
Let's see if I could find it. Jesus.
Obviously,
I'm going to say, first of all, none of these I don't really like that much. If I was going to take a guess, I'm going to say Denny over Larson.
No.
Who?
So, Bubba Wallace minus 115 over Daniel Suarez.
I'm not going to let you shit on my guy and then take him in a matchup.
I told you I like he's getting better. I wouldn't have said that 2 years ago, all that type of stuff. But I think this is a case where, Suarez is really bad here. Really bad. And Bubba's on the upswing.
So what do you think? You think Suarez finishes outside the top 20?
I think there's a chance that he finishes in the late teens to late teens to low 20s.
I mean, if you think that, then I guess I don't mind that bet because I think Bubba's going to be fighting for that top 10.
Right, but that's kind of why I like it better than the top 10. Obviously, the number I don't like, but I could see Bubba finishing 11, 12, or 13.
You know what, Coop? That's not it's not a bad way to take a free shot for him to hit the top 10. Like you could bet that matchup and take the shot at that plus 320. And if he doesn't crack the top 10, at least you probably break even if you think Suarez struggles that bad.
Yeah, I mean he
struggles. I might tell you on that actually, and try to free roll that Bubba top 10.
Bubba has he's 2-0 against him this year in this package. He beat him at Phoenix and at Richmond. And I think his speed was slightly better on both tracks, too.
Was that the best price you saw on that matchup?
It's the only place I saw that matchup.
Okay. Man, these matchups.
I don't like to pay the minus numbers, so.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest with you, I don't know if I've ever bet a minus number other than maybe Kevin Harvick on some of the things. But yeah, that's the only matchup that I like.
I mean, I would like that Ryan Blaney matchup over Busch if it wasn't minus 130.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy. Minus 130.
Right. One thing that we didn't talk about, though, if you go to Jayski, Jayski.
Oh, yeah. You want me to go there?
Yeah. And I want you to pull up the qualifying groups. Group number B, or letter B, I should say, not number, is really, 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 really tough. There's going to be some drivers who start outside the top 10 or drivers who we've mentioned already.
Once I'm there, where do I go? Cup Series?
Yes.
And then where?
Scroll down a little bit, and it should be on the right. See where they list starting lineup, order, the start time of the race. This should be okay.
I got it.
Okay.
So Group B has Bell, Byron, Denny, Larson, Bowman. Those would be the top 5 or 6.
I don't know. No, it has Keselowski in it too.
You think he's going to qualify well?
He could, yeah. So it's got those 6. But then, like, look at the deeper part of it. It's got Gibbs. It's got Briscoe. It's got Priest. It's got
Jones.
No, I ain't worried about Jones.
Ricky, Bubba.
No, Bubba. Like Austin Dillon. Like any of those 5 drivers could put down one good lap.
Yeah.
Are all of them going to? No. But like, it wouldn't surprise me if one of them does. And if one of them does, that means one of those 6 drivers who we think are the favorites in that group are going to start outside the top 10. And if 2 of them happen to hit it, then 2 of them start outside the top 10.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at the other group, like I think Elliott, Kyle Busch, Chastain, they're all going to start in the top 10.
Zane's driving Cup?
He's driving the 51 of Rick Ware. You didn't hear about Cody Ware?
Yeah, I did hear about that, yeah.
Yeah.
So Ryan Blaney is going to have a very good starting position, probably.
Yes, because he's in that group too. A.
Marty.
Maybe. Sometimes he qualifies well, sometimes he don't. But like, I think you can pick the 5 drivers who pass in that group.
Oh, Barry, that's Elliott, right?
Yeah.
So he's in Group A too.
Yeah. Like those 5 drivers, I think are I don't want to say shoe-ins, but they're much more shoe-ins than the drivers in group number B.
Was there anybody in terms of qualifying that you thought was worth a shot?
No. I mean, they've depressed the numbers so much on the qualifying too.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Going back to that. So we did matchups. We did top 3, 5, 10, outrights, the groups. Any groups that you saw that you liked?
I have 2 groups. The first one's on FanDuel. It's group number 3.
Group number 3. That is Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, and Chris Buescher. So
I like Kez.
Just by himself?
Yeah.
At 2-1?
Yeah.
What do you think about Buescher? You think he continues to struggle?
He hasn't shown much speed. His results have been because he's avoided the late race accidents and he's gained positions on them. So his speed's not been the greatest. So, I don't know. I just think Kevin Harvick will meander around 8th to 12th place at best.
Yeah.
Reddick, I mean, we already talked about. Buescher, I could see him finish 15th to 20th. I think Kez has the best car of the 4 by far.
What do you think about Ryan Blaney by himself against Logano, Busch, and Chastain?
No. Busch, I just don't know. Chastain, I mean, we already talked about it as top 5 upside.
Yeah. I'm looking at these bigger groups. Like Bubba's 3.5 to 1 against Briscoe, Dillon, Almirola, Suarez, and Buescher. He's going to have the best car of that whole group.
Say that again. Who?
Bubba is plus 350 against Dillon, Almirola, Suarez, Buescher, and Briscoe.
See, Dillon and Almirola worry me because Dillon has had some good races here, and then Almirola is always really good on the flat tracks.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't talk about him at all. Like, what do you think he's got top 10 upside?
He would be one of the other ones I would throw in there, but again, I'm not going to the top 10s.
But you're talking about a group of like 6, right? You don't think it's worth taking Almirola at 4-1, Bubba at 3.5-1 to beat the other 4?
What's Dylan?
4-1.
See, I think I would have to take Dylan too.
I mean, you would still scrape 1.5 units if Bubba won.
Right. I mean, I that one I have interest in, yeah. After you mentioned it. That's on Caesars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Group C.
Okay.
Group B, Blaney, Logano, Busch, Chastain, Bowman, Harvick. The odds aren't good enough, I don't think, to be able to take 3 people. Group A, I mean, they're all fucking killers. Any 5 out of 6 could win the race.
Right. If you go to DraftKings, there's one on there. You wouldn't win much money from it, but I think it's a winner. And
what group?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. It's the bottom one, I think. Yeah. If you take Dylan, Priest, and Wallace, like I said, you won't win much money, but I feel very confident that one of those 3 beat Daniel Suarez.
You're saying scrape the 80 cents?
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I could see that.
I just don't think Suarez can beat all 3 of them.
I don't mind that.
So, like I said, you're not going to win much money, but, you're going to win something, I think.
You got a good shot to win almost 1 unit, though.
Right. So
the problem is, like, if he gets there somehow, to drop 3 units to pick up like 0.8 that's rough.
Yeah. Yep. That's the downside of it.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. But that was it. I'm going to go back and think about that Caesars group again. I like that.
All right, let's take a look at top Chevy, top Ford, top Toyota.
So that's something I want to get in on, but it would have to be on a parlay.
Top Chevy
and Ford.
I mean, they got Elliott, Byron, and Larson basically all at like plus 210 or plus 230. And then after that, it falls off a cliff.
Right, but if you go to 365, it starts at 300 and 315.
Oh, that's better.
Right, and that's why I'm saying if you can find a parlay to get them around 10, the reason I like it is, again, the cream rises to the top here. And I think if you take Byron, Larson, Elliott, Busch, Chastain, and Bowman, those 6, you're going to get a winner.
I mean, you said to me, like, no, when we spoke earlier in the week, you were like, no Chevy has beat Hendrick since 2013. I mean, do you really need to take all 6?
Well, I mean, I think, I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if one of those 4 Hendrick cars aren't the top Chevy, we have had a very bad day, probably.
Right. But yeah, I mean, you could look at it from that perspective too. But Chastain would be the one I'm sweating bullets on.
Yeah, that would be the one. I agree there. He's 7-1. Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, you could probably get him at 15 if you find the right parlay you're confident enough in.
Yeah, I got the parlay piece. It's Jillian Robertson tomorrow. She's the piece.
Is it raining again?
No, doesn't look like it.
So I thought they were going to start, and now they've called it off.
Oh, really? All right. That's the Chevy's top Ford.
Like I think Ford's the same way. Like Logano, Blaney, Kez, and then like, do you do a Bush or do you do an Amarillo or do you do a Priest, a Briscoe, or do you just find a parlay and take those three?
I think the one driver that would worry me, I guess, is probably Almirola, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think
Busher hasn't shown anything all year. There's no way I'm backing him to be the top Ford. No way. Because me and you expect like probably one of these Penske cars to be in the top 5 or 6. I mean, Busher, so much chaos would have to happen probably for him to crack the top 5 or 6.
right.
I think I feel comfortable throwing him out based on what we've seen this year. Almirola, though, I agree with you on. He is very good on flat tracks. But yeah, it would be those probably the top 3 and Almirola.
It is rain. It is raining again.
Are we halfway? No. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's no lightning because that's like a guaranteed half an hour.
Right.
Top Toyota. Oh, bad.
No, I was going to say. I mean, what do you think? Like, what is your Jillian Anderson play?
Robertson. She's minus 120. I think you could find.
What's that give you at 300? That ain't going to get you to 10-1.
No, I'll check. No, that's not going to get you to 10-1. But you can't even do it because that would be DraftKings. Oh yeah, you probably could. I think she's got a very good chance of getting a finish. So like her and the under 2.5 rounds, it was like plus 210. I'm betting that by itself, definitely. I already have a bunch of money on her at minus 105. I really think she's gonna fucking roll, just like Holly Holm that a couple weeks ago. I think she's gonna roll. Let me see what it gets you.
Hold on, I got it.
Okay.
$6.5, $6.20. So,
I mean, if you're taking the 3 guys and you're throwing a little bit on Almirola at 13-1, that's still decent profit. If you want to be safe and just take her by the money line.
Right. I don't think I'm not quite familiar with these MMAs, so where would that be under fight outcome? When will the fight end? Total rounds.
Oh, like you mean like the under 2.5?
Yeah,
that would be total rounds. The line is probably 2.5.
Gillian Robertson. Whoa. What did you say the number would be?
Her and the under 2.5 DraftKings same game parlay was plus 210.
Oh, same game parlay, not just the straight out under the 2.5.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
all right. Hold on. So under 2.5.
And her money line.
All right, hold on. Testing my skills, man. Cannot be parlayed
Yeah,
on
that makes sense.
365.
You can't do it on Caesars either. I just tried. It's got to be DK, and they don't even have any of those bets.
Yeah, you're not going to have the top Ford or Chevy on DK.
Yeah,
They haven't had it all year.
Exactly. But man, I really like her money line. I don't mind like around 6.5 to 1 on those top 3 guys.
But if you were doing it on the Fords, you would really only be able to take 3 of them then, because those numbers are lower on the Fords, on Logano and Blaney.
Oh yeah, let me see what that is.
Because I think they're at like 250, aren't they?
220 for Blaney.
Yeah,
would get you
that's
like 5 to 1.
5.
And then like Logano would get you plus 525. Kez would get you 9 to 1. So I mean, you would still win like 3 units even on Blaney.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Philly brings up Coop. You could just take her inside the distance, which would mean her to win at any point during those 3 rounds, and that's plus 185. Basically, you're losing 20 cents for the extra 2.5 minutes.
See, Bet365 doesn't do top 5s.
Right. Yeah,
Wish
they do.
did. Not on. Hold on. Top 5 for Xfinity.
Oh.
They don't do that. They just do top 3s. Because I was thinking about a Cole Custer, but then, like I looked at the top 3, it's only plus 120.
At Bet365, if you take her inside the distance, which basically means she's got the whole 3 rounds to win the fight instead of 2.5 rounds. That is plus 220. So, I mean, like, that's not a bad parlay piece.
Where do you find that?
Bet365.
Yeah, I got that, but like, what's the under?
Go to where it says UFC Fight Night, and then click on the money line. Go down to her fight and click her fight, and then you'll see her by TKO, KO, or decision or submission, and it should be plus 220.
What's that under?
It's
Outcome.
Yeah. It'll say by KO, TKO, DQ.
Yeah, I got it.
So what does that get you?
I mean, you can't parlay it.
Oh, you can. Let's see. Caesars might allow us. Her to win by. Oh, do they not have that? They only have the exact method.
I don't know. Anyways, like I think we just got to find the right parlay.
Yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, those
Because I mean, the reason I say that is because the last couple of weeks we've seen like some of these top Chevys or Fords be like plus 150, 130, 140s, you know. And when they start them at 300, that's when I start to get interested.
All right, so that's the manufacturer. Was there anything else that you saw that you were interested in at
Nope.
Caesars?
Nothing. Those are the only bets I had written down.
Oh, I did make one bet actually. I forgot. I bet what did I bet?
You bet Hendrick Motorsports and Joe Gibbs to win.
That's right. Yeah. At plus 215 and plus 235.
Yeah.
I like you and I, all we've done is talk about these two race teams. I think the only way we lose is if like Penske squeezes in a Ford.
Right.
That's and they somehow get it done and get there. But like I'm not holding my breath.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really see anything else either. Winner of stage 2 wins the race plus 275. That number's light.
Yeah. They've suppressed those numbers since the first couple of races of the year when we were hitting them.
They're so sneaky, bro. Like they have like top Ford and top Toyota, and it's Kevin Harvick to be the top Ford, which like literally 5 Fords probably have to blow their motor for that to happen. And then they got like Marty at like 20-1. It's crazy. They just want that money. Kyle Larson to be the top Chevy and Ryan Blaney to be the top Ford is like 9-1. The problem is there's so many cars that could beat you.
Yeah. Well, on the Chevy side, I think on the Ford side it would be Kez or Logano.
I agree. Yeah, but you got like those 3 other Hendrick cars could stick it right in you.
Definitely.
All right. So as of right now, the only bets that I've made, I told you guys, Bubba top 10, and then Hendrick to win the race and Gibbs to win the race. A couple of bets Coop and I spoke about. I'm probably gonna. Are you gonna bet that Bubba over Suarez?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you on that because I think that's a good way to get a free roll on Bubba to hit the top 10 at plus 320. So I'm going to tell you on that. Other than that, we have some interest in that one group. I think it was Group C on Caesars. It was Almirola, Bubba, and Austin Dillon over Briscoe, Suarez, and Buescher. And that's really it. I mean, like Coop and I like
You didn't like the Kez group?
Oh, the Kez by itself bet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't like the 80-cent scrape because if it goes bad, it's gonna kill you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't mind. What that was on FanDuel?
Yeah, group number 3.
Yeah. Coop likes Kez 2-1 in group number 3 at FanDuel. And then as far as the race is concerned, I mean, we think
so.
Yeah, go ahead.
They come out tomorrow and practice. How much are you going to weigh the speeds? Because, I mean, they're going to get 20 laps in maybe.
Well, if tires actually do matter on Sunday, we're not going to know anything about that in practice.
Correct.
Honestly, Coop, I don't care what happens in practice. I'm very confident in the drivers that you and I think will win the race. One of those drivers is going to win the race. So I don't really care what happens in practice on Sunday or tomorrow, because it's not going to get me off of Byron, Elliott, Larson, or Bell, Denny, Blaney, and like those.
Right, but I think, they seem to weigh it quite a bit, and I think it could shift the odds quite a bit.
So I guess I agree with that. The question is, do you think that these numbers are going to separate after practice, or do you think that they're going to stay like this, like bunched?
I think they're going to separate, but they're still going to be somewhat bunched. I'm like, I don't like, let's say, if somebody goes out and really impresses, do you think they take him down to 5?
Considering that there are 6 drivers that are 7-1 or less at some books, I think that it could happen. Yeah.
Because I think there's a better shot that the way they're acting, they take the ones that do really well down, and then the ones that didn't, maybe bump them up a little bit, but probably keep most of them where they're at.
Yeah, because the question really is, like, do you think we should be locking in those parlays that we like before practice or after, basically only because of the price? Because I don't even care what happens in practice. I'm very confident one of those cars wins the race. So like that, I guess that's worth thinking about. I don't know. Could somebody be 5-1? Yeah, but I don't know how they're going to weigh the fact that we don't know anything about the long run, and the fact that the sports books think there are 6 guys that could win this race. And I have a feeling they're going to think the same 6 guys could win the race after practice. So I don't really know. What do you think? Gun to your head, like, for the people that are going to like get creative, do you think that they should do it before practice or after practice?
Well, I think they should get their magic 8-ball out and find the 2 drivers that they're going to do really well and bet them, and then let the rest hang out until after.
We don't have those in New Jersey. We don't have those in Jersey.
I mean, that's like the same dilemma I'm in with Denny Hamlin. Like, do I bet him pre-qualifying at 7-1, or do I wait and hope that he struggles and I can get him at 8 or 9? Like, I don't know, because I think I just got to hit him at 7, because I think there's just as good of a shot that he could go down to 600.
Here's what I would say. Him specifically, I don't think it matters what happens in practice. He's literally got a room full of grandfather clocks. They know he is the best at this track. I think you made the right call. I really can't see them moving him up. I can't see that.
Okay. Makes sense.
The other guys, though, I think it's up for debate. It's up for debate. How much worse could they get, bro? They're fucking raping us. I mean, like,
I think they can go to 5 and 550, and then, like I said, keep the other drivers where they're at, maybe move them up 50 cents.
Yeah, like,
but I think where you're going to see, like, the big ones is like if Harvick doesn't do well, or Bush, like, I think those lines could move more drastically. Not that I have any interest in either one of them right now, but
let me ask you this, because FanDuel does keep those lines open during practice. Do you think the books will weigh the lap average more in practice or how they qualify more?
Qualify. Qualify.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I don't know the answer. I
Right.
mean, you could be right.
Right. I just think they weight qualifying more than practice.
So the drivers that I am going to be getting creative with are Byron, Bell, Elliott, Hamlin, Larson, Truex, Blaney, and Bowman. Now that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Dude.
8. Fuck me. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So scratch Bowman.
I was
So-
gonna say if you're gonna do Bowman,
Yeah.
you might as well do Keselowski because it's not gonna cost you much.
You know what? They're 25 to 1. I mean, I think we'll have plenty opportunity to get on them live if we want to. So the
But
top,
I would be more worried about Keselowski than Bowman because I could see Keselowski qualifying better than Bowman.
and you are basically right with me with that top 7, and then you added Kez and Bowman, right?
Right.
Which makes it 9.
Because in my parlay, they were like plus 10,000. So
I'm higher on Bowman than you are this weekend.
right. I'm not bad on him, but I just don't think he's going to win.
Yeah,
he's a top 10 driver.
You could be right. There's so much competition. But basically, boys, you're either going to back 2 out of the 7 that Coop and I like, or.
And the fact is if Ben Rhodes doesn't get a top 5, I'm done. I'm just shooting single bullets then because I ain't going back into the parlay business.
Yeah, but you only wasted 1 unit.
Right, but I'm not going to try another unit.
Fucking Ben Rhodes better squeak into the top 5.
I'll shoot my 1 and be done.
Or top, man. I wish he could get in the fucking top 3. If he doesn't, then your call on Heim better fucking get me home. Or
my worry is that Ben. I don't think Ben's passed a car tonight.
Yeah, Zane Smith looked good when he wasn't on those fucking rain tires. He looked way better. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, it is. We've had such a good cut last few months, but I don't really want to start the weekend down fucking 5 units. That would suck. But
yeah, because you're already down 5 in April.
I am, bro.
Yeah, right.
I'm down like 6. First time that the website has been in the red for a month is this month, April. It would be nice. It would be nice for you and I to get a nice bounce back rebound this weekend. I guess that's it, boys. The fucking race is not happening. They're
getting ready to start back, I think.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can stay on if you want to talk. If they want us to stay
I'll stay.
on.
Yeah, I don't have anything to do. I'll stay on. I don't care. What about Xfinity? Tomorrow, I know that you bet Barry and Chandler Smith. I bet Chandler Smith, and that's it so far. Cole Custer looked very good. Sammy looked very good. Yeah. There are a few cars I think that are going to be competitive tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, man. I'm just shocked at how far Junior Motorsports has struggled so far this season. I think between NASCAR, trucks, and Xfinity, like they're the biggest surprise, the biggest disappointment of the year so far, being their struggles.
In that series, no doubt.
Between all 3 of them.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, maybe you could be right.
I don't know, man.
Wow, Cole Custer went from 8-1 to 3-1. Holy shit!
His top 5 went from +110 to -250.
And you know what, Norm? What have I said all year? I'm going to take advantage of what I see in practice if they're going to leave the odds open, but I didn't do it. I did not do it today. I did not take that 8-1. I mean, even Xfinity has 5 guys under 5.5-1.
I mean, in Xfinity, there's really only 10 to 12 drivers who can win.
Yeah. You think Nemechek struggles tomorrow?
In the truck series, this wasn't one of his best tracks, so I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes around 5th. I don't know. What's Sam Myra can back up at?
14-1 at DK.
Somebody worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, he looked good in practice.
And he does well on flat tracks, but
what does FanDuel has 14-1 too. Wow, fuck me, man. Chandler Smith is 14-1.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's starting 10th, man.
Oh, Keg.
See, when I made that Barry bet and Chandler Smith bet, there was a high probability that there wasn't going to be practice and qualifying.
Yeah, I know.
But for whatever reason, the weather, cooperated during the day versus the night.
He's been so good this year, though. And that truck or that car just gets better as the race goes on.
Yeah, but I just don't know if he has enough to compete against Custer and Sammy Smith.
Yeah, I hope that's not a fucking regret that we didn't grab that 8-1. That sucks. Now I'm not happy that I bet that.
Nope. Barry didn't look good in practice, but he put down a good qualifying lap. But, I mean, we've seen what that meant for Ben Rhodes today so far.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Barry was even worse than Ben Rhodes in practice, I think.
He's such a monster, though. I think he'll be okay.
I hope.
But like you said, I mean, Junior Motorsports is a total shit show this year, so who the fuck knows?
What's Sammy Smith start? 2nd, 3rd, 4th?
He starts. I'm waiting for my fucking computer to load. 7th.
Oh, well.
Barry 6th.
Barry starts 6th? I thought he was starting 3rd.
I mean, unless I'm looking at this wrong, the lineup says Custer, Nemechek, Creed, Parker, Retzlaff, Sam Mayer, Barry, Sammy Smith. At NASCAR.com. I'm going to be kicking myself tomorrow if Cole Custer just rolls this whole field. Hey, did you see that some of the guys, did you see that the Ryan from Win the Race he's on the trunk lid of the car? That's pretty cool. I asked him, I was like, how much did that cost? He's like, not that much. The kid's a rookie.
Are they on regular tires?
I think so. The chat will let us know, but I'm almost positive they are. Yeah, I didn't see them changing anything out. Do you hear what I said about the win the race kid?
No, I went to the bathroom.
Oh, I said it's cool that guy Ryan from Win the Race has like the trunk lid. That's pretty cool. He was like, it didn't cost that much because the kid is a
Oh,
rookie.
you asked him?
Yeah, I sent him a message. I DM'd him. I was
cool.
like, I said, is this for real? And he was like, yeah. I was like, that's very cool, man. I said, how did it cost a lot? And he was like, no, not as much as you would think because kid's going to be in the back all day, but still cool.
Well, now they're going to be busting your balls to get a sponsor, man. You shouldn't have brought that up.
Listen, when you and I start making money from doing this content, then we'll talk about fucking NASCAR. And if we're doing it, we're going big. I want to be on fucking Rowdy's car if we're fucking getting a sponsor at the truck race.
Yeah, you just priced us out of that one. Come on, Ben Rhodes. Clear him.
Fucking Benny. Do something with your life, Ben. Come on, Zane. Be a fucking race car driver. What are the odds on Zane Smith right now?
I thought you already bet him.
I did at 7-1. I just want to see what the odds are.
Two to 1 on 365.
Corey Haim's the favorite, though.
They have all three of them.
Get me home, Coop. Get me fucking home. Somebody get me home. We got three. I got 3 cars on the track. Somebody get me home.
I think my parlay's dead, man, unless a couple of these drivers in the top 5 in front of Rhodes have issues. Or unless, he magically gets that truck going.
Man, if Kyle Busch doesn't win this race, and fucking that would suck if I drop all those units on the sheet. Oh,
Kyle Busch.
Yeah, because I really thought in my mind that Kyle Busch was going to be the only truck that could beat us. I thought either Rhodes or Zane Smith would win this race. I tailed you on Heim. Doesn't do anything for the website, though. Caution. Wallace Allen. What time is the race tomorrow?
It's tomorrow night.
Oh, nice. We'll be going live at like 5:30 for the UFC. We'll roll right into that. Oh, shout out to I'm wearing the Newton softball shirt. Shout out to my little kid who broke her fibula, broke her leg, sliding into second base yesterday.
I mean, come on, man. Why couldn't she broke her fibula like 2 months earlier, man, and then we could have got a better update on how Chase Elliott's going to be. She could have told us how it felt and everything, and
hey, yeah,
you could take her out for drives.
Hey, Ab, you really fucked us by not breaking this leg 3 months ago. I'll tell you.
Oh.
She's a trooper. She handled it better than I would have. I would have been screaming like a little bitch, bro, if my leg snapped in half. You've been to Martinsville, Coop?
Yeah.
I'm
Good
jealous.
little
track. The one track I've wanted to go to since I really started liking NASCAR was Bristol. Yeah. I got to get there once. You have to wear headphones? Like, is it crazy loud?
I mean, it's better to wear headphones because then you can listen to like what's going on the radio or scanner or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Why can't we do that here? Could we do that here?
Yeah, I think so. I think NASCAR.com has an app for it. I mean, the thing is, you can only listen to one driver at a time.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can listen to all of them, switch them back and forth.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
Wow, there's like that one camera angle. There wasn't a person in the stands.
Yeah, not many there for trucks ever.
Trucks don't get any love.
So I guess they're going to stay out at the end of this stage.
And then pit. What do you think they pit like halfway through the last stage?
No, I don't think they pit at all.
Oh, you think they're good to the end now?
Yeah. All right, Ben, you on the inside. Let's see if you can get a couple spots.
Come on, Benny boy.
All I need is a fifth place, man.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take a fifth.
Yeah, as long as Hyman and Zane Smith are in first and second, you will.
Yeah. I'll take a fifth. Yep. As long as they're exactly. Ty Majeski's been quiet, huh? I thought he was gonna.
He's moving up. He was in sixth.
Zane had a fucking awful restart.
You really need Tanner Gray and Eckes to drop out. Help out Ben Rhodes.
Yeah.
I mean, Matty D's going to pass him, man, on the outside. Come on, Ben.
That's brutal.
Oh, jeez.
Bush doesn't have it, man. I think Zane's going to go by him. He's right on his ass. Rhodes has been so good this year too.
Yep. Except for when we bet him.
Seriously. Come on, Benny.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather be the outside car in row 1 or the inside car in row 2?
Third place car behind leader.
Yeah. And his car's coming on too.
Who's that?
Zane Smith. I mean, that car looked so bad early in the race. I didn't even think he was going to be in the top 10 the way he looked. Go ahead, Corey Heim. Jesus Christ, Stewart. How many cautions have we been average?
Hey, hold on.
What?
So the thing that you missed in the Bristol dirt race that was actually pretty cool
What?
was Michael McDowell.
Yeah.
He come down the straightaway or the backstretch, not once but twice. Coming off the turn, he spun in the middle of the track, done a 360, and kept it going.
Really?
Twice. Not once, twice.
Wow. And did he lose any spots?
He lost a couple. I mean, obviously cars passing him, but not like, like he spun it and he boom, right back.
What a shit show. I don't know why. Like, wouldn't you rather go back to like Eldora?
Well, they can't go to Eldora. They don't have the infrastructure, man.
I know, but like, don't you remember when Tony used to hold that race? It wasn't a NASCAR race technically, but like it was such a cool race.
Yeah. Stuart Friesen, I think, is the Chase Briscoe of the truck series. Big disappointment this year.
Yeah, he was very good last year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got it done for us at a big price last year, I think.
Light sprinkles. Ain't nobody pitting here. That's in the top.
Rain.
Love to see like Eckes and Tanner Gray pit right here, man, and then the rain just come down. Then you get Heim on the win and Rhodes in the top 5.
And Zane Smith in the top 3.
Yeah.
I'll fucking that would be a good day. Bad day for the site, but a good day for my pocket.
Phil says rain is on the radar. So it's supposed to rain in the next 10 minutes.
What was the price shift on Chris Bell in the championship standings after he won that race?
Oh, so I did not get the 13-1 on Elliott.
Okay.
So I started. You might not like this.
What?
So I started looking around, to see what else, was available.
Yeah.
Well, I come across him. He was 12-1 on 365.
Who?
Elliott. So I hit him at 12-1.
Okay.
And I'm like, checked a couple hours later because I was like, man, I wonder if that number's gone down because it went down everywhere else.
Yeah.
I went back in and looked. Nah, still 12-1. And then I glanced right below his name.
Yeah.
Chris Bell, 12-1.
You hit it?
I don't know, man. Like, that's a pretty damn good number for him.
I know, but we have how many guys do we have right now? You're right though. Like that kid he is a real contender.
But I mean, if you look at all the other sites, I think he's like 8, 9. He might be 10 somewhere else, but he's nowhere close to 12.
I saw Elliott like go down to as low as 8-1 a couple hours after the announcement that he was back. I don't know what it is now. So we got Ross, we got Kyle.
Oh,
what happened?
Eckes pit. So that means Rhodes only needs one spot.
All right. Cool.
Oh, come on.
So we got Happy, Bowman, Bush.
But Bowman, I mean, like, I don't have a lot invested in Bowman.
I bet a half unit.
The number.
Yeah. I'm with you. A half unit. I bet a half unit on Happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Ross. I bet a unit. Larson.
Kyle Busch.
Yeah, and Bush, right.
And then obviously Elliott now.
I'm with you though. I mean, like 12-1 is a fair price on Chris Bell.
I think it's more than fair.
What the fuck? Did that guy just jump out of the truck?
He's changing the battery or wires or something, man.
How does the last month of the playoffs look for Bell?
Well, Martinsville, Homestead, and what's before that?
Charlotte and Vegas.
Yeah, I think they're solid.
Yeah, that's not bad for him.
I mean, it's going to be tough for him to win at Homestead, but it's going to be tough for anybody there to beat Reddick and Kyle Larson.
Man,
the only bad part about this is Ben Rhodes is probably now going to be on the outside. Start.
If Bell can make the Final Four, he is fucking live.
I mean, I think that's what we're looking at is like to have 3 or 4 drivers in the Final Four and be able to hedge us and stuff.
Yeah.
At least 2. 3 would be perfect.
Definitely. Be a race car driver, Ben. Oh, fuck you.
All right, they're gonna restart. There we go. I was gonna say what would suck is if they don't restart and then Ben Rhodes finishes in 6th.
Zane's in the front row. Fucking Kyle Busch took the inside.
Come on, you got to get past Tanner Gray, man. think Tanner Gray's the one car that he's got to be able to pass.
Imagine Gavin breaking balls for me not being live last week. Fucking kid. He's such a fuck. Oh, Zane, you couldn't shut the door on him. Fuck. That a boy. Now both of you guys
get down, man.
Drive away. Oh, Ben, you're going the wrong way, Ben. I mean, why are you not on the inside, you fuck?
It's hard to get on that inside. Now you got to get down, buddy. Come on, you got to get past Tanner. Oh, he is past Tanner's way back.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, these trucks can't stay on their ass ends all over the place.
I mean, that's the cool thing about the trucks is they're hard to drive. The bad thing about it is it brings out so many damn cautions. Come on, Ben.
God, he's right there, Coop.
It's going to start on the outside again. That damn Daniel die wrecks every freaking week, man. There's a lot of hope for him at the beginning of the year to be solid. So I will tell you one thing, though. Ugh. This Nick Sanchez kid.
Yeah.
Betfred opened him up at 25-1. I was like, whoa, man. Holy cow. And then I started looking into it, man. Like, he raced an Xfinity race here last year and drove from 24th to 7th. I was like, all right, that's good. That's not bad. But then I started looking at his ARCA results on short tracks. They weren't very good. But they were really good on the mile and a halves. Like, I think I'm going to bet him on every mile and a half the rest of the year.
Really?
He's going to win. The kid's freaking fast as shit, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a KBM truck, basically.
What that one race, didn't he lead like every lap or almost every lap?
Almost every lap except for the lap. It was in Texas.
Yeah. What do you think about Sam Mayer against Ryan Truex tomorrow at -105?
No. Truex is in that Gibbs car, man. He runs it pretty well. I think that's a toss-up.
What do you think about Sammy against Nemechek?
Is Sammy a plus number?
-105.
I'd give the slight edge to Sam, but I don't know if I could bet it.
Wow, they put Josh Berry at -150 against Allgaier.
What's Allgaier?
Plus 120.
Wow. I think that's more of a toss-up.
Yeah. Was there anybody that you saw in Xfinity that you thought wasn't bad for a top 3?
See, the only one I would take my shot on is Custer. I mean, he's going to have the best number, or
Yeah, minus
the odds-on favorite. And I mean, top 3s, there's just not much room, man. There's the rain, man. Frickin' Ben Rose is going to finish 6th.
That's fucking brutal. Oh, that sucks.
So Busch took the outside?
No, Zane was 2nd.
But Busch took the outside.
Yeah, because Zane, he didn't have a choice.
But,
Come on, Zane.
Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, Benny.
Oh, Ben's on the inside? No. Come on, you got to get past Tanner Gray, son of a bitch. Then let the rain come. Get down, Rhodes. Oh, my God, he just ran into him. He just ran into him, didn't he?
Yeah, looked like that. Looking at these top 5 prices on Caesars, none of them are very good. Oh, he did just. You're right, Coop. They're going to hold him for 2 laps. They got a group of 4. Custer, Berry. Is Coop gone? So I guess Busch got in front of him. Fuck.
Had the New Jersey internet pop up on me.
Busch got in front of Smith, so he's 3rd now.
Is it still raining?
I think it's
it does look like it's raining. Yeah,
slightly drizzle.
Who can't make it?
They said something like the cars in the front wouldn't have been able to make it to the end if it was green, but there's it's coming down pretty hard. But there's been enough caution laps that they think they'll be okay. I think that's what they said.
So I'm going to lose this Rhodes, but we're going to win the Heim.
Well,
it's done. You know, I mean, it's almost 12 o'clock. They ain't going to keep, you know, they lose the track, it's done. DB Gnarly, did you see his comment?
I'll make like 4 units on the race if it ends like this. But man, the fucking site is not having a good April.
Did you get 7.5 on Corey?
Yeah, I hit as soon as you bet it, I bet it.
I wonder if anybody else got it because it was on 365. I haven't even looked to see if any other books are open.
I'm sure whoever is in here that has access to that tailed it when you said it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still only in 4 or 5 states.
Yeah, has that been the only book open basically for trucks?
I think MGM's been open off and on. Like I said, I haven't looked tonight though.
I barely use that site. I actually almost never use that site.
Man, this sucks. I'm gonna lose our fucking roads. Oh. What's Sign saying thanks for?
He has access to 365, so he probably tailed.
Oh, but who was he asking me about? Ben Rhodes against Majeski is going to lose, but he's going to win Chastain, so he'll win a little bit of money if he bet both of them. I mean, is this like a lot of rain coming?
I'm not sure. You're the weatherman, bro.
No, man, I pass that off to Adam Meyer.
Adam Pockcrass.
Yeah.
I did not see Corey Heim running this good. I really thought it was going to come down to fucking Bush, Smith, and Rhodes.
It's pretty wet out there, man.
Yeah, they'll probably call it, but they can run with rain tires, can't they?
Well, yeah, they did at the beginning, but I mean, they got to get the track dry.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
Well,
they're not gonna run it in wet. They'll run it like they did at the beginning of the race.
at that point, why even have rain tires?
Right. Sign says MGM's been open. So at least Zane Smith's in 3, so you'll get his top 3s. You'll get what, top 3, Heim, and that's it, right?
Yeah, I'll get 9 units and I'll lose 4. Sucks for the people that didn't watch this show, though.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I mean, he was the only car going forward at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck, man. As Cole Custer's gonna go out and freaking get that top 5 tomorrow.
Yeah, I think based on what we saw today, probably.
I mean, done with these parlays, man. I mean, like I got the other legs of the one I did earlier, and then Kyle Busch finished second. And now it looks like in this one, freaking Rhodes is going to finish one spot off of what he needs to.
Yeah, but you're still up 6.5 units on the fucking day. I mean, it's not like you can't fucking shoot your shot tomorrow with another part. Who the fuck are you kidding?
I don't do that shit, man. I can't
at
do
this
those
point, you're Mr. Parlay.
At least there's no rain tomorrow. I'll have to see let's see what Sunday says. %30 of thunderstorm. I'm sure they'll find that 30%. It's going to take them an hour to drive a track. I mean, they're done.
I would think so too.
It's done. It's over, Jay.
That's all right. I fucking made money.
Don't you hate them days when you make money but it sucks?
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm too empathetic. I feel bad for the fucking people that go to the website if they're not watching the show.
All right, that's good. Nice. So was it just me, you, and signed? Nobody else?
Possibly.
Hyman got him on the outside. Like, I didn't even see that because that's when I looked up and I said, is Hyman first?
All right. I guess we'll call it a night. We made money. I'm sorry if you fucking just tailed the site. It happens. Tomorrow we'll be live at 5:30, and then Sunday we'll be live at 3, I think. Aside from that, I mean, we just go back in the video. We recap the bets before we started watching the truck race. I'll see you tomorrow. Coop will see you guys on Sunday. And that's it. We're out. Good luck.